Hey everyone, I have another thought process here for you. This next most requested one was the thought process behind coolers, so I have some pencil edit and zap gameplay. I think it's very interesting, and thank you once again for all the guests who joined on. Subscribe for more.
So I started by going left to farm my cooler, but also because I want to be on stack for Devon, because I know they are very aggressive opponents. Going for the cooler and putting in the middle for the aggros. I see some trails on the left side. I know I can handle him properly, so I'm just gonna hide so my teammates can finish him. I'm trying to pressure left. I'm just spinning them down like behind the corner, and they end up getting finished by my kills by my mate, so it's cool. I'm trying to pressure the left side. I know like going back for cooler is not necessarily the thing to do here. I know I can, at least I can get like a nice play here. You can find a nice angle on the left side stack. So that's what I try to do. And I get the kill, so it's cool. And I even have the time to jump back and farm the next cooler for my team. So it was a very good play. I get the cooler. I'm gonna put him down like on the right side, not on silver on the left. So just like every teammate can get it, and you see that A1 got it, so it's nice. Again, pressuring left side with silver. That's what we agreed before playing the game, so it works well. Unfortunately, I can't finish up the slosher. I should have committed more probably, because he has the strikes now. And I thought we would lose zone, but we didn't. So I didn't go for a play, but I should have gone for the bubble guy, since I knew where he was going. End up getting him still, so it's pretty fine. Putting the cooler down, pressuring the right side because I can. Like, here the best thing to do is fight. I go for the right side flank, catching back off guard. Silver goes down, so I'm like, yeah, we need to defend the next choke point, which is left. But there's Blaster covering me, so the best thing to do here is jump back. Just pressuring. I get the left side. Surround the left, just playing Devin's range. Classic backline support shot. I should have committed more probably, but I was kind of scared since I was like not coolered. So I'm just gonna stay back again. I'm getting a kill with the bomb, which is pretty good. But they're gonna like bubble and strike again, so we lose zone unfortunately. Yeah, it was a bad play. I didn't have any vision or anything. I was just like, yeah, I'm coolered, let's go. Waiting on the left side if they want to push. I was waiting like for someone to go bottom right to push Devon, but they didn't. So it's like, okay. But I'm just gonna go for the left side flank because it's open. It's gonna be hard to execute, and I know it. But I see this weird lag on my POV, so getting disturbed. I don't want to die, so I'm like, yeah, I'm like 8 cooler. I need to not die here. I'm just gonna go back on the right side and put the cooler down, so they all get it. It's just gonna be 3 because I should have. If you can need to put it on the ledge, so the ones on the top and the bottom can get it. Good movement on Blaster. I knew the splash was left side, so when he tried to beat me, I was already out. Just spinning zone. I'm like the only paint on my team, so I need to be careful. For example, not pushing the pencil like this. I was pretty open with the paint. I noticed where the blaster was going during my jump, so it was not that hard to be meme. I'm gonna farm cooler here. I'm like 80. There's like no point in exposing myself. It's pretty dangerous. They have 3 specials. Putting the cooler in the middle. It's a pretty exposed spot, but everyone can get it, so it's the most important thing. I end up getting a nice catch on the blaster here. Silver Zip gets punished, unfortunately. It was a bad play, but you know, when you have cooler, you can always jump back, so it's always something you can think about when you play support and you want to try aggressive plays. You can easily rotate by using the cooler effect. Stay fast. Oh, that blaster missed me, so just play around the corner and between shots you push him. I knew the Slosher was definitely going around right. I'm staying around the right side in case he wants to flank. And yeah, here we have 20 seconds left. My job is just to stay alive and wait. I saw some trails on the right side, so the punish was easy. I know the last guy is right side by deduction, so just beam him. 10 seconds left, Blaster can't do anything, he dies. We have the zone, and SGG's.
Hello everyone, my name is Basil, and I'm the backline player for Moonlight. And for this game, I'll be just kind of going over my thought process and like what I'm thinking in the moment when I do some of the things that I do. So yeah, let's get right into it. So I opt to not go for Cooler on the opening since the enemy team comp has like 2 guns that like to fight, being the Nautilus and the 52. So I opted to just play for the opening fight instead and try and just paint forward for my team so they'll have an easier job when in the opening fight. Just kind of painting around, just trying to watch where the enemies are going to go. I'm close to Cooler, so I ought to try and get that out. I meant to throw it further forward here, but that's okay. Here's fine. I stand behind the Cooler to try and avoid the Zuka shot, and since I see Omega and Nolan on the right stack, I figure that he's gonna die pretty soon anyways, and I'll be fine. Even if I did die, it wouldn't be like too big of a deal, because I'm cleared anyway. I just come back. Here, I should have probably stayed further back, like behind zone. I got a little too greedy here. Thankfully, I didn't die. The reason why I pushed up in the first place is because like the shot was dead. I wanted to take more space. I wanted to get that right angle and shoot into left, but it wasn't clear for me because the gal was there. We actually end up going down for that, and Shadow falls too. So at this point, I'm alone. Here, since I'm cleared, it's not really it's not too big of an issue if I die. So here, I opt to play for the side angle and see if I can pull someone over to me. And I end up pulling the Nautilus. I know I can't really fight that from that angle, and there's another guy coming for me too, so I just opt to jump out here. On retake for this map, what I like to do is I like to paint up right side since there's usually going to be an enemy there painting. That means there's more for me to paint over there. And then I rotate to left stack because left snipe is a very like strong position for Pen, and plus all my team is there anyway, so they really need my long range pressure to help clear out the stack and watch the flank, so they don't really have to worry about that. I caught out the 52 bot left with the rest of my team, which is good. At this point I'm close to Cooler, so I can just throw that forward and take stack immediately. Once I have stack, I really just want to sit here forever and try my hardest to not get pushed out. The only way like they can really push me out is if they kill me with Zuka or they get like a 52 gal on the bottom left or even like up the left stack. So I'm just gonna stay here forever. My position here is to just be watching mainly the front ramp area and bottom left because Nolan, our S+ player, likes to go left side a lot, so I need to be painting for him and like providing chip damage and stuff, which I'm doing here, so he lives that fight. Now at this point, I just noticed someone grabbed the enemy Cooler, so they're going to be pushing up this left stack. And since I have jumps to me, like Shadow and Omega are jumping in right now, Omega's about to land. So I know if I stay here and like bait them into me, Omega will have an easier time getting this kill, which happens perfectly, and I get to stay here forever and continue to hold this position. Now here, ideally, in like a better hold, I want to be up on this right stack because I get a lot of good angles into their spawn, basically. This is ideally where I want to be. But since Shadow and Omega are right side already, I don't really need to be there. Again, I need to be watching the left side since Nolan's basically alone. They could drop on him at any point and just kill him. I could have helped with the Nautilus on right side, but Nolan needed my help more. And by me looking away, he dies. I could have prevented that death if I was over there to begin with, but thankfully no one gets a trade, so this hold still happens for us. since I just position here, and there's no one on left stack for me to look at now. Just holding this until no one gets back. Wait out the Zuka here. The Zuka was originally going for Shadow's Crab. And I figured, like, there's like 2 ways Zuka players go about using their Zuka. They'll either use the first shot to shoot at you to try and kill you, or they'll just save the last one for like a very long time and just sit and wait for you to catch you off guard. So, but I was patient. Again, still sitting here. I don't even really have to hit anybody here because the threat of me being here is enough for the Nautilus to like not push all the way up right. But since they dropped their cooler down on the left, I knew I needed to be watching front here since they're all going to go for it. End up getting a kill here, which is good. Again, just watching left side. Good cooler timing here because throwing that cooler down means we'll have cooler for like the entirety of our remaining points. So it's actually pretty good for us to fight here. And just hold. No one gets a nice kill into the pencil. Fortunately, the Nautilus sneaks by because I missed a couple shots. Gets a splashdown off, but luckily we're fine. Omega gets a nice kill into the knot. At this point, it's looking a little shaky, but we're able to close it out. A lot of what Pen is just trying to like take as much space as you can and like waste enemy resources on you while staying alive, and like being bait for your teammates is also a very valuable skill to learn with Pen.
So my name's Gamer, and I just want to explain the thought process of like just what I'm thinking when I play games. So as a cooler player, there's very 2 important things that you need to think of when you're playing. Is that your life is the most important because 1, you play cooler, you give your teammates like extra chances to just make risky plays, and then you're going to be the person that they most likely jump to whenever they go for those plays. So on this map, I just like to sit kind of like on our attic, just paint everything. If anyone wants to flank there, you also get a nice view of that. You get a nice view of trench. Anytime like people like to swim under the trench a lot, so anytime that I am playing attic, I just get a nice view. Then when I see no one's there, I can just easily walk up with my team. My team's kind of, you can see my teammate about to climb the wall, and then his blaster is about to cross, and then it's just a free kill. So the rest of them are on attic. One jumps out, the other one is actually on their stairs. So what I like to do is, you're gonna see me eventually go for this wall to the far right over here. I think standing on this wall is just very, very strong. They have to commit specials to get me off of it, and the only one that could really get, like, actually reach you on that wall is a pencil, and there's no pencil in the other map or on the other team, so I don't have to worry about that. Right now I'm just gonna paint for my team, kind of just stall. We have a crab up there, so there's no reason for 2 of us to be up there, so I'm just gonna go for fall off while wait for my teammates to come back. So I see my teammate pushing up. I notice I'm close to a cooler, so teammates are starting to die, so I'm gonna back up so they can get some safe jumps. So I'm just gonna wait for this booyah to go off. Now I'm just gonna start pinning the zone again. Look at these people coming up. I see the Kraken. I know he's not really gonna go for me. He's kind of just using it to buy time. So I'm gonna try and just pressure this S-Blast so he isn't really able to get out of here. I'm not really gonna go for him exactly, like, because I don't really like to fight S-Blast. It's like a straight up hit scan weapon. So I try and just play like super max range. If I can get like a lot of damage, and then I have a decav that does like 80 damage, that's just a kill right there. I have a bucket that does 70. So I just like to play it safe. I say the 96 flanking, and my teammates have that. And then there's a crab on their wall. So right now I'm just gonna paint to stall. I'm half to a cooler, so I'm just gonna try and play a little bit more patient. I'm not really gonna go for any type of plays or anything like that. Once I get this cooler though, then that's when we can actually start playing the game again. So they already got their cooler off. We got ours now, so it should be pretty even. I see this blaster here. Anytime you see a booyah, I think like a good 70% of the time you see a booyah, you should try and shoot it. Try and just burn through it. If any other of your teammates even take like 3 seconds to shoot at it, it's most likely gonna die. So yeah, I see that guy swimming up top. Unfortunately, I did not see the flank. That's the only time I died this game. So I'm just gonna go up to our bunker wall, I believe. Kill that guy first. He's gonna play low ground for a little bit. They are pressing up, so I'm gonna just burn it. Anytime you're playing against the wall, weapon, I really recommend that you try and make most of your focus just burning through the walls, because my bucket's not gonna be able to burn through it, my pro's not gonna be able to burn through it, my decav doesn't want to spend time burning through it, so it's just easier for me to do it, and then it's way easier to fight a 96 with no wall than to fight a 96 with a wall. And then I see the guy on my screen. Unfortunately, he gets his crab off. It's a Kraken, but you know, I somehow survive. So right now I see my teammates are on the wall. This 96 is kind of just in between me and my teammates. So I'm gonna throw this cooler, kind of relatively safe space. I was gonna look at the trench. Actually, no one's there. That guy's dead. So now the trench is clear. I can just walk forward. I see the guy on attic. He's alone, so I'm just gonna burn this wall for my bucket. Oh, not for my pro, actually. He dies. So now I see this S-Blast. I don't want to go for the wall just yet, just because S-Blast is there. I don't want to unnecessarily die. I also realize that I'm half the cooler, and the game's about to end. I'm just gonna back up to mid here. Yep, a couple of us are dying. So I'm just gonna play it at our zone. I have a cooler. I see that S-Blast in trench. I'm just gonna see if I can try and get some shots on him. Now they're all down there. I'm still gonna play up here though, so to be safe. And I get that kill right there. I'm gonna try and get this 96. And then there's only like 19 seconds left. So here, you just wanna play safe. Now there's like no one that can really reach me, and then there's no one that can flank in time.
Hello, I'm Yosho, a top UK backline, and I'm here to give my thought process of what it's like when I play pencil. So my main goal, or my main priority at the beginning of each game is just to paint for cooler. I just want to get cool out as fast as I can for my team. So now I'm thinking I need to contest zone and paint because I don't want to give them a free cap. And I see now that my machine's poking right, so I try and poke it with them a little bit, even though they died. I see the crab, and I'm already trying to look to shoot it, but it was looking away from me, which helped me get that pick a lot easier. So now I'm just trying to look forward and deal damage as well to help my team. And I'm looking at that pen since I know they're up and they might just try and go for something. And then right now I'm thinking that I need to help my team with the decap, but they ended up getting it just fine. So right now I'm just making sure that I paint the zone, paint cooler, or paint for cooler, in which I get it. And I put it on zone because my thinking is that it's pretty close to everyone and everyone will be able to get it pretty easily, as it's in a pretty universal spot. I can't hold it because of the bubble. So I move back a bit because I'm thinking I need to be careful. I'm trying to just get a bit more damage, and I move back because I recognize that the decav is under me and that I'm in a dangerous spot. And I get lucky that I don't die to the pen. But now no one's really pushing me after they went 2 down, of course, so I'm able to just go back to left side and just keep putting pressure. Decav went up front and killed my teammate, unfortunately, so I know I need to stay a little bit back just in case. But I know no one's on left side now, so I can go back to left side, and then I see the splash going across, and then I can manage to kill him. That was a bit close. Then I'm helping my shot here with the pen kill before they can jump out with cooler. So I think I need to... I see that my machine's up front, so I try and go and help with damage or paint or whatever, but I can't because there's a crab. So I go back, and now I'm just like trying to keep zone, if I can. But there's 3 of them there all painting. I can't do much, and I misjudged how much range the S-Blast would have, and therefore I died, unfortunately. But it's okay. So now I'm just looking for more damage / picks again, just being careful. but no one's running at me, so I see the splash running in, and I can just pick them off. And I can't really do much else here, so I just paint for cooler and throw it down in front of me, because I know my team's gonna end up going that way anyway soon. And right now, there's not much I can do, apart from just like looking at others and just doing damage / painting. I do try and get that kill on the decav, but I miss, unfortunately, but I make up for it by killing someone on zone instead. Now they bubbled, but because my team was around me, I figured that I don't actually have to move too far. Like I don't have to jump out, so I'm free to just sit in this bottom right corner. Like I had to be careful because of that pen, but even then I can just sit here and just paint zone and do damage as my team helps clean up the kills. I move to right side as we have that space, and so I can look forward to see if anyone goes in, which the splash does, and I force crab early. So I jump back. And then I see the blaster now dropping on left side, so I back up on zone, because I know they're going to try and push me, and without my team I managed to just hit one shot and they die. And I was too busy charging there to be able to paint zone, but it's okay. I managed to shoot the decav and I see the S-Blast and I managed to pick them too. So cool on zone, and now I'm just looking forward to see what else happens really. Now this part's interesting because I see the bubble there. But I saw the bubble being placed, but I also saw that 2 of my teammates were already there, so they'd be able to shred the bubble easily. So instead I decide to look to the left and I see the S-Bus dropping, in which I'm able to then deal damage to them. Because I dealt damage to them, now they're stuck behind that black box, because if they decided to come out, then they would die a lot quicker. But now because they're stuck, my teammate's able to Zuka them, and because they're already weak and stuck in one spot, they go down. So I continue to look front just to like try and paint and do damage and put pressure. And I notice the crab again, and I know I can headshot it, and I do. With the help of my teammate, we're doing damage, and from here it's kind of GG's. I'm just looking forward to see if anyone just runs in and drops, but my teammates get 2. And they don't really have time to just run into zone anymore and paint, as all of my team's on the left side. So yeah, that's kind of it.
Alright. So Brian, very strong map for us. We have the leader. Okay, so I'm starting my game pretty classic. I don't have a pencil, so I have a lot of paint on the right side to play with. That's what I'm doing. But also I saw some paints on my map. That's why I'm not necessarily farming cooler. I'm just trying to spray to see where the slosher is going. He tanked a lot of bullets, to be fair. It's fine though. I know my mates can hold the mid without cooler. Usually we don't play very passive on start, so I know getting my early cooler is not necessarily like, it's not a problem. Farming it, I'm gonna put it on the left, so even Devin can take it. Just like in the middle of the mates, classic shit. Couldn't paint over unfortunately, though I finished the blaster, which is pretty good. There is his mate on like right behind the slosher, so I know I can't commit on him. So I'm just deciding, I'm just going for a stall, and we get the kill stone. Painting the right side for a cooler is like the most rewarding thing, and it doesn't like cost you anything, so you should do it if you can. That was very awkward of me here. I like didn't expect the most obvious option of the slosher just chopping on my backline. So I lose the cooler, even though I was 90. Pretty unfortunate. Here we are like, I just need to chill. I'm pre-firing to like prevent him to go too far. I'm just bombing in the way right side. Doing some weird movement around the left, because they pop strikes, so I knew someone was going to move up. Getting the trace with cooler was very valuable for our team. We get it back. I probably want to paint the left side and like not do that. It was not the time to push. We had some specials. I could have just waited and I would have a better opportunity to push with silver here. I'm just gonna pre-bomb the left side. I can get probably another catch, which is why I'm shocking here. But again, that was not very valuable as a play. sometimes when you know you're gonna lose zone, you can always like try to do something. I'm staying far right because that's where they're gonna go. Unfortunately, I missed the slosher, but pretty fine. I'm jumping back because I thought the crab would be looking at me, but it's fine. I get the cooler for my team. We all get it. I'm gonna bomb the little block because that's usually where people are hiding, but not against their comp. So I'm gonna bomb the front of the zone if I can. No. It was a very stupid idea, but cooler saves. You can jump back. Probably should have killed me here, but... And Silver, he was pretty lost. Props to him. I think I'm gonna paint a bit of right side again. No, it was already painted. I'm looking at mid because I'm like, maybe the slosher is gonna drop, like last time. But we just like long range diff them here. They can't do much. I'm not cooler. I'm gonna probably put it around the left again, so everyone can take it. I get the bomb. Get a good kill with bomb. Pretty smooth hold. We just work this map a lot. Spraying zone again. He perfect striked the thing, so it was hard for us to keep on. Like to keep up. I find a good opportunity in the case to like trade a guy without cooler. They use a lot of crabs to recap, so pretty valuable as a trade. If you want to like bomb on Brine, this is a very good spot. You just stay on bottom right, it's like safe. You look at the right side at the same time, and you show sections. He goes for the plays. This time I was ready, so I could get the assists. They don't have it time anymore, so.
And we're back with game 2. Except this time, I'm gonna be going over heavy edit Splat Leg instead. Which is a weapon I've been liking more recently. It's very good against like this rushdown style that's been developing recently. On openings with this weapon in particular, it has an insanely fast like strafe speed, so you can just full charge, paint spawn, and keep walking into mid with pretty good pacing. So a lot of time you'll be around for the first fight, even when you are getting opening cooler with this weapon. My goal with this weapon here is to just like play around the right side and make sure that S-Blast has no space to move. Also wanting to play around top mid cover and basically just assist in fights with like whatever chip damage and paint I can. Cooler up a bit late, but it's okay. We still have a lot of space here. Here I'll have to take top since my teammates are all playing sides. Someone has to play top. Top's a very good position for me anyway. You get a nice pick onto Kyo, combo in well with Shadow on the right side. And my goal is to just hold this space. I know there's Omega going for the pen, so I'll have to like shoot at him a little bit. We end up getting the kill there, which is nice. Just kind of playing around Shadow's crab. We have a lot of space here. So I'm just playing around cover. Just trying to make the pen look at me so the pen's not looking at any of my other teammates. No one gets a nice kill into Gray. Again, I'm just holding the space we have until we have cooler up. Avoiding strikes. I didn't notice they got behind us here. I actually can't remember how that happened. So that's probably on me. I need to be like paying more attention. He ends up catching me out, unfortunately, and we lose our hold. I'm just playing patient until the crab runs out. Once the crab, like, you notice it's like at the very end of its duration, like when it's flashing red or whatever, that's usually a good sign that you can actually just run in. If the crab's attention is split on like multiple different people, chances are you'll probably be fine if you're the one furthest away from it and you want to run in. Again, just opt to stay here. Just painting front for my team. I noticed Omega bubble top mid there, so that's kind of like my cue to take it. And top mid is like, again, very strong position for me, so I'm just gonna fight whatever Omega or no one wants to fight here. Omega is fighting Bucket, so I look at Bucket. get some damage on the splash and look away to help Nolan instead, and we catch the X-Blast off guard too. Pen jumps out, so I don't need to be that scared anymore. Again, toss Cooler up left side. I can't really go further than this on this map. Here though, it's a bit of a mistake by me here. I remember that they got behind us on our last hold, so I wanted to like position over here to see, because I didn't know where they came from originally. I thought they'd maybe snuck past me right side, so I ought to play right. And then as soon as I deducted that like, oh, they're all just on left side, I don't need to be here anymore, immediately rotate. Immediately rotate, watch Omega. We end up catching Kyo out again, which is cool. Great drops, catch him out. Just the important thing with edit here is to try and make sure you're in as many team fights as possible. This weapon like can do so much damage and provide so much pain so fast. But now that they're popping everything, I don't need to play aggressive here. I just need to play a bit further back. And then once all their specials are gone, I can re-engage again. And just again, hold this strong area. Catch the splash rush into zone. They got behind us this time, went through snipe, unfortunately. I didn't really have an eye on that anymore. Bit of a miscomm, but yeah. Again, with edit, it's important to like maximize your uptime. You just want to constantly be firing, constantly looking at where your teammates are fighting. And you can even take some of your own fights too, a lot more effectively with edit than with pen.